monthly market update for June of 2017. Absolutely continuing frosting on the pumpkin. I know pumpkins don't come until October, but when it comes to the buyers, they're definitely frosted and they're on the sidelines. They're waiting for prices to plunge even further. Well, the buyers will be thrilled to know the prices dropped even further in June by 8.1%, down $69,995 from May of $863,910, down to $793,915. We haven't seen a decrease like that until 1992, when prices actually dropped like 8.25%. Again, 25 years. We put those 2 months back to back of May and June, that's over a 14% drop. Again, that hasn't happened since the early 90s. Okay, and monthly sales also dropped by 2,222 from June to May. Monthly sales in June were 974 versus 10,196 in May. And sales as a percentage of sold of monthly listings, they dropped down to 40.52% from 55.18%. That's another drop of 14.66%. The absorption rate, the number of inventory on the market, that went up over 65.58% to 2.47. So almost 2.5 months of inventory on the market, considering back in March there was only 0.65 months of inventory in the market. As someone quoted recently, trying to find a listing was like trying to find water in the Sahara Desert. It was very, very rare. Now, the listings have propped up roughly 400% since then. So, new listings, they were down, surprisingly, to 19,614 because a huge fall, in fact 25,837 came on the market in May, so that the listings were down about 35% in that month. The average days on market though went up. Of the ones that did sell, the average days on market went up to 15 days average days on market from 11. However, that statistic in itself is somewhat skewed. Why? Because several listings were relisted. In other words, if they don't sell in the first 30 days, it's the prerogative of the listing brokerage and the seller to relist that property, to make it look like it has less days on the market when it really doesn't, right? So, fact of the matter is, to get the prices sold, property sold now, the marketing has to be professional, and it has to have, every property it sells has to have a higher perceived value than the properties that don't sell. It just makes sense, right? So keep that in mind. It's very colorful this month. If you want a copy of this and want to know more, then just obviously contact us. So what has caused all this frost? Well, it's the public's typical reaction to a major governmental policy announcement, the Ontario Fair Housing Plan, that was just implemented and put into place April 21st. So net effect is, June of this year, prices are only up 6.3% versus June of last year. That's right, you heard it, much more about it, 6.3%, which is really indicative of what, closer to the normalized market. I mean, if you look at the last 50 years, going back to the, like 1970, then the prices are up roughly about 7.9%. So when you think about that on an annual basis, that's still really high. However, it's indicative that demand will continue to exceed supply and prices will continue to go up moderately, though, more moderately now, especially in light of these changes. So there's some great values out there for the buyers, and for sellers that want to make a move, you can still take advantage of the highest prices ever for the month of June. It's not as high as the previous month, but if you take a look at this chart, you can still see it's the highest June prices ever. Now see that little, I'm going to close up here, that semicircle bow of trend wise, the buyers love this bow. In fact, Krista and I were having a conversation. She wants to see this bow continue, so it will become a rainbow. Will drop. That prices will drop to be lower than they were in January 2000. Now, you can dream that. That's not going to happen. Okay. It would be lovely if it did for the buyers, but realistically, no. There's just too much demand. People want principal residences. That's why it's going to keep white up there. However, could prices start to decrease below 2016 levels? They could, because the frost is still on the buyers' minds, and even though pumpkins aren't going to be around till October. For more, just contact us. We're happy to give you the inside scoop. Thank you.